What's up, everybody? This is Phil Rogacki.
And I'm Jared Abergina.
You're listening to Two Tree Guys Podcast. What's up, everybody? Phil Rogacki here with another episode of 2TG. Thank you for tuning in wherever you're at in the world. If this is the first time you guys have ever listened to this show, let me tell you a little bit about some of the episodes we have. We have What's Your Story? We bring in industry badasses in talking about their life journey in the tree care industry, how they got to it, mentors along the way, obstacles that have been in their way and how they overcame it, that they get to share their story to you. We have our Safety Talk, where we talk about industry incidents that may have happened, that happen in our industry, how to overcome them, what could have been done different, how do we foresee this before it happens. We have our Gear Talk. We bring in different manufacturers, we bring in different products, and we talk about the good, the bad, how it got started, comparison, so you guys can get some information about these different products that are coming to market or have been to the market. And then we have our full-length episode. And the full length is my favorite. It's when you're in California, you come to the studio, we drink beer, we eat food, we high-five, we talk about everything sometimes besides tree care. But it's a fun time in our studio. And then lastly, we have our training talk, which we're going to be talking about today. And this training talk is Wreck the River 2.4. This Wreck the River event, this is the second annual one that's happening here July 11th through July 14th. That'll be happening in Ivanhoe, whatever you want to call it, Virginia, on the New River. And on the show that's going to be talking about it today is Todd Braguglia. I said it right, didn't I? Thank you. And Jesse Paul, hello, welcome to the show. All right, a little closer, Todd. How's the hands? Ready to start flying?
Yeah.
Look, he's holding them down. He's fighting.
I'm holding thumbs. Trying not to get animated.
No, you get animated.
Yeah.
We got a video too, so everybody's seeing you guys on YouTube. It's going out to the millions of fans around the world. So let's dive right in and let's talk about Wreck the River. Let's talk about last year, this year, and what's expected.
Can I start kind of at the beginning of this?
Go for it, man.
Jesse Paul and I have been friends for about 10 years. And for about 8 years straight, we did river float trips down the James. And I kept wanting to involve trees and the river and the floating. And I talked about it to a bunch of my tree friends. And I'd gotten involved in competition tree climbing. And I realized what a tight-knit family the competition circuit is. And it's like, how many people would really like to be part of this, but we're kind of standoffish, didn't know how to approach it. Well, I'm not competition quality and didn't want to volunteer. And I just knew how much I took away from competition climbing and wanted to give an environment that would attract everybody. That if you've never climbed a tree, if you've been in a tree 1,000 times, that, hey, I want to go out and maybe either I can contribute or take something away from an event. And so we put the two together. And last year we had Chris Coates, Joshua Burr, Zach Troop, Sherry Farrow, a bunch of other people come out, Christian Hammond.
He remembers everybody's name, doesn't he?
Full names.
Gosh, full names.
First name, last
And sometimes middle, I heard him slipping.
Evan Clark. We had so many people that come out and volunteer with us, and I know I'm forgetting people, but they came out like the week before. And the reason why this is 2.4 is we ended up having 3 different sites last year. We got kicked off of one, kicked off another, and ended up at a third. And so this is actually our second event, but our 4th location. So that what makes it Wreck the River 2.4 is our 4th location. And last year I had a vision, and it was basically me trying to throw this together and hoping it was going to happen. And as it was falling apart and I just knew that everything was going wrong, I had people coming to me and were really passionate. It was like, hey, when we do this next year, and it was the next year, oh yeah, we've got to do this again. This is the most fun I've ever had. This is just absolutely amazing. And we had people from Eugene, Oregon, Colorado, Utah, Texas, Alabama, Florida,
Wow.
New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, the Carolinas. Everywhere across the United States, people came out for this. And we had amazing backing, amazing sponsorship. Gap Arborist, Two for Burger, Tree Stuff, Arb Session. They really all put into this and made this event happen.
Yeah.
And because of the outpouring of people that were involved last year, rather than it being my event, it is now our event. And we've got a group of, about 20 people?
18.
18.
And Jesse's really the backbone.
You're the one that messaged me on Two Tree Guys, right?
The one.
Okay, good.
And she's the one with all the really nice handwritten letters.
This is I was like, that's perfect. I see why you had to write this down. I was like, damn, that's perfect.
Yeah. She's my best friend. She's my partner. She's the one that's really behind this.
Yeah.
And I'm not really behind this. I mean, just everybody's putting in so much.
Yeah.
And she has gone so far out of the way of reaching out to people. And if they ignored her, she was reaching out again. And
I think I messaged you at least twice.
Twice you did.
Yes.
Twice you did. I was waiting for the information. I didn't get the information.
But we've got one location this year. Everything's in one spot.
Confirmed.
Confirmed.
Confirmed. Yeah.
Approved.
And
Approved.
Yes.
Signed.
Yes.
they are so excited about it. They've
Good.
even asked us, hey, would you consider doing this like every year or every other year here?
Who's this?
Ivanhoe Community League.
Civic
League is
Okay.
who is giving us the spot to use right on the New River. And they have shower facilities, bathrooms.
Wow.
There's a stage.
The community used to have, I think it was like a big mining industry, and that's kind of closed down. So now there's not as much population. There's not as much attention coming to the park. It's called Jubilee Park. And so the Civic League manages that, but they're also trying to do a lot of cleanup and kind of restoration and make the camp nice, adding in electricity for campers. So when we went and proposed our idea, we're here for the trees. We want to be in the trees.
Yeah.
And we want to help you by removing dead wood and cleaning up the space. And
They loved it.
they can't wait for us to be there.
And the guy that we talked to, his son has a connection in the forestry industry, and so has a pretty good knowledge of what we've got going on. It was like, he was excited about this. He could relate to what we were talking about.
Cool.
And we've put together a really good lineup this year. We've got Josh Burke coming back again, Kyle Foster, Logan Stein, Fletcher Harper, Zach Troop, Evan Clark, Sam Young, Sherry Farrow, Kristen Hammond.
Someone's getting you.
We've got a lot going on. Ryan Michael Swiderski's coming out, Med Budnowski. We've got everything from when you show up, if you want to get involved, we want to give you a gear inspection. We want to show you how to do a proper job site safety assessment, knots and hitches, tool identification. What do you have in your toolbox? Chainsaw safety, felling and bucking, aerial rescue. We have an opportunity to get CPR first aid qualifications, ornamental pruning, MRS tips and tricks, SRS.
A lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff.
So let me back up some for you. I want to go back to the time you were saying in the beginning that everything was falling apart.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So this idea you have of, man, it'd be so cool just to get all our tree care friends and family and community down by the river, enjoying the outdoors and these beautiful trees. And you put this together as an idea. And people came. And
Alone.
Yeah.
Alone. It was just him last year.
And which is awesome. The following you have to have a lot of those people to be able to come and believe in your vision. Let's talk about some of the things that fell apart and what were you thinking on it?
Well, we had set up for 2 locations. We were going to have the majority of people at one big location and then all the events set up at a second location downriver. And the idea was to get up and kind of have a breakfast and maybe a little morning meditation, burn a little sage, get on a tube and float down to location number 2 where we had all the events set up.
Okay, so you had all your gear and everything down there?
Downriver.
Gotcha.
And we'd been advertising this for 6 months online and had been tagging the outfitters that we were using, their property and the other place. And when it came time to happen, they were like, you've got 100 or more people coming to this, and they don't understand how Facebook works.
Yeah.
Oh, you've got 160 people interested, and you've got 65 people coming. And no, we didn't. We had, I think, 58 people showed up.
That's still quite a bit.
It's still a good amount.
Yeah.
We had 58 people show up. We got kicked off our first spot, and then the second spot, they told us, well, you can't come right now. We've got this church group here, and we can't have a bunch of men. This is all a female group. You could camp down here at the boat launch. And we camped down there, and here comes the forestry department. They're like, oh, hey, you can do whatever in the trees you want here, but you can't camp here. And so then
what was going on with you when you were hearing this?
Oh my God, what am I going to do with all these people?
I think at the time that the forestry guy came, Todd was actually helping somebody get a car out of a culvert.
Yeah, she was. We already had some people at the second site, and she'd gone to go around somebody, and there was no markers on this little bridge, and she had driven, the front end of her car was hanging off of a bridge. It's not a high bridge, but it was still, the front end of her car is like any concrete culvert bridge.
Yeah.
And so I was dealing with that and came back. I was like, hey, man, the law wants to talk to you. And it was like, oh, God, what now? And so it was like, all right, we're going to make this happen. And like when we got the first call, the company I worked for had donated a truck to help us haul equipment and get people up and down the river. And so I was 4 hours away from our campsite where the event was happening when I get a call, and I was like, hey, man.
4 hours?
4 hours away.
And they're shutting you down.
And they were kicking us off. And I'd left a whole bunch of people behind. And they were like, hey, Todd. I think it was Evan Clark called me. It was like, hey, Todd. Hey, buddy, we got a problem. They're kind of upset because you're going to be making all this money off these people. And I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. We just go here. Because I had to call. Well, I didn't have an immediate answer. I called the other outfitters, and I got all this whole thing of, well, you can't come here, but you can go here. So it was phone conversation as I'm driving breakneck speed, trying to get from here to there to get this truck. And yeah, it was just one thing after another.
It only can go up from here. So congratulations. You felt it. You know what to do, not to do. Everybody has to go through this in a way, no matter what you're doing in life. You know, if it's setting an event, starting a business, raising kids, getting married, you have these challenges, and you just have to become really good at putting out fires.
After the success of the first one, we started planning for the second one almost immediately afterwards.
Okay.
There was kind of a lull, but we've been on this, 6 months? 6 month hardcore planning. And arranging, and
Todd dreams really big. He plans really big, always. And what I'm doing this year for Todd is to kind of create a roadmap with all these ideas to organize it. And so I'm the background person. I'm writing letters, requesting sponsorships. I'm sending the registration confirmations and collecting the funds for it. And, communicating with everybody that's involved and kind of being like the hub of the wagon wheel. We get all these spokes and just keeping
You are the most important piece in
by
this
far,
whole thing.
Absolutely. She has been, the glue that binds everything together. And it doesn't go unnoticed. I absolutely recognize this.
So I created a little card here, and it says that I'm the promotions and sponsorship coordinator. And he said, that makes you sound awful fancy. And I went ahead and added marketing and making things happen. So that's what I do.
That's good.
He
That's
tells me
good.
an idea, and I figure it out.
But she's got...
It's a perfect combination. In any business, in any relationship, in any friendship, it's the perfect to have a visionary that sees it, but you need someone to make your vision come alive.
Absolutely.
Because as visionaries, you're on another vision when you already are thinking of another vision and did another vision, and you forgot about the vision that you were just talking about. And someone like, Jesse, keeping everything aligned so that vision becomes a reality.
The crazy thing is, too, we're both like ADD. completely attention deficit. And I have a way of like honing in on his ideas and figuring them out. And then when I have a great big idea, he's the one that figures it out. So
That's cool.
We play well together.
System.
That's cool.
But she's gotten us coffee sponsorship, tents on hammocks. Food Forest Nursery is giving everybody a tree. Camp is behind us. Tuple Burger's behind us. Our Obsession, Tree Stuff. Forest Lytle, Indoors, Gap.
Climbing innovations.
Oh, yeah.
Climbing Innovations, Richard Mumford.
How many people you plan on this year?
That kind of keeps changing and expanding.
What's your gut tell you?
My gut is hoping that we're going to cap at 75 participants, not counting the volunteers and trainers. And because we got the one site and everybody's in one location, originally we'd said, okay, we're doing 75 people. That's it. And then because we're making this family friendly, we know we're bringing kids and kids aren't going to consume that much. They're not taking up that much space. We said, okay, we'll do 75 adults. We're going to cut it out to 75 adults. And as it's growing and it's getting closer, but we're still a ways out. And it's still a lot of people are like, hey, I'm really planning on coming. I'm going to make this happen. No matter what, I'm coming to this. I'm just in my mindset. I know it's going to be closer, and I'm hoping, yes and no, that it's going to be close to 100 people out there between volunteers, trainers, and really our volunteers are our trainers. They're all kind of pulling double duty. Everybody's been right on about it, just been like, yes, we don't mind at all.
Yeah.
And it's expanding this year too. Some of the newer things that we're adding is the children's enrichment area. We want to include the kids too. Groundy games. We kind of played some games last year, but it wasn't official. This year it's official. We're adding more to the groundy games.
We're going to do like the human claw, and then Evan Clark came up with a thing. It's kind of like beer pong with a throw ball, and they did it at night. Last year they lit it up with glow sticks. This year we've got LED lighting, so
yeah, nice.
LED lit up throw bags, and it's beer pong at night with throw bags.
Throw bags and buckets.
We have like a debris collection. We've got a bunch of different sized balls, and you have to get all the balls together and get them into a trash can, and it's going to be the weight of the balls is the winner of that one. We've got a rigging challenge to where you have a limb in between wires, and the wires have bells on them, and you have to work a piece down using a hand line and a jailbreak. That's somebody else that's standing behind us is Jailbreak.
Yeah.
Huge fan of their product. They're standing behind us. And we've reached out to a bunch of others, and hopefully people will come out. We've been inviting people that if you want to vend, if you want to come out and show off your product, we'd love to have you out here, and we'd love to have you part of this.
That's another new thing this year is inviting the vendors to please join us.
And
we really hope that they can be a part of the community that we've created at Wreck the River.
That's awesome. So the Wreck the River, it's $200 a person.
$200 a person.
Where do they go to pay for this?
We are on Facebook. We also have a website.
treepeoplegear.com.
Okay.
There is a registration button on there. Once you click that, then information is sent on how to pay and confirmation.
Yeah, what a great deal. $200. This is from the 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th. It covers all your camping site. So they bring their tent, bring any of their camping gear.
Yep.
What about campers?
Really not a lot of room for campers, but if you've got like a truck camper, like an insert, or you're in your van or something like that, there's room for that this year.
Meals and snacks, so breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Are they cooking? How does that work?
We've got a tent that we just paid for this year. It was all cooked meals last year, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We had coffee going the entire time, water provided.
You mentioned the coffee company because they've been really awesome too.
Yeah, Winkle Picker Coffee.
It's actually
Winkle Picker.
It's actually Two
Roosters
Coffee Company.
Okay, one of our favorite flavors.
Winkle Picker coffee?
That is the coffee flavor. It's called Winkle Picker. It's so good.
Why do I want to try that so bad?
It is. It's great. They're out of Roanoke.
They're providing 5
I was just in Roanoke.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to a burger place in Roanoke. One of the best burgers I've ever had in my life.
So Two Roosters Coffee Brewing.
From Roanoke.
From Roanoke. Cool. It should be easy to remember. Three guys, two roosters.
Two roosters.
Yeah.
Cool. It covers your tube rentals.
Tube rentals.
Demonstrations, education. you can't eat almost per person for 4 days for $200, you know, and to be able to camp and stuff. This is a great deal for everybody.
Grab bag, T-shirt, stickers, wristband. You're not going to find a better deal for this kind of money.
And you got Knott's, Aerial Rescue, Mrs. Magic,
MRS.
I'm like, Mrs. Magic. I'm like,
MRS.
A little dancing coming.
Yeah.
Well,
gotta spice it up a little bit.
Dot right there. I'm at blind. Mrs. Magic or MRS Magic. What's your toolkit, safety and first aid to CPR? Now, do they'll pay for that? And
Yeah,
get their
CPR and first aid is separate. That's an $8 fee. We have it set up towards 80.
Yeah, I was like, 8? Sold.
No, $80. Zach Troop and
Stacy Britson
are going to be administering that. Because it's 2 people, I think they can have up to 30 people in the class, I believe.
Yes, max.
Yeah, max on that. And
so can they sign up also on that for at treatpeoplegear.com?
Yes.
Yeah.
For that. So so the first 30, then that's it.
Yep.
Okay. That's important to know. First 30 and then no one else can sign up for that. So get on there and sign up right away, especially if you need your certification for that.
And Sherry Fair is working really hard with ISA trying to get CEUs for this event.
Yeah.
So
you just got to turn in the curriculum to them of what you need. You struggling a little bit?
It's a complicated process, but she's
she's on top of it.
Okay, anything we can do to help out with that, please let us know to get that. It takes a little bit, but they'll get it for you.
Yeah,
they'll get it for you on there. Have you worked with TCIA at all on any of this?
I have not. Sherry's been on the
right next door. Okay, you know, right next door for that. Well, awesome. What else? Anything else you want to share to the people to listen in about Wreck the River 2.4? Is it always going to stay 2.4?
No, it's going to change every year.
3.5. All right.
We're hoping the ultimate goal is to do this annually and move it around the country. We are constantly looking for
different spots. So it won't be this.
No, we won't.
I love whitewater rafting. It's one of my most favorite things. Or tube. Let's say I say it's whitewater rafting. Going down in a tube or, you know, a float boat or whatever it is, I love that. So to compare, you know, put both of them together, I mean, what a great event for families.
That's what we thought is
camping and enjoying what you do every single day. And it could be a write-off. So you can have your family go, and if you have a business, you can write this whole thing
because it's training.
Because it's training. Yeah.
And we were just hoping it was just an environment that more people would be interested in being involved in, that they wouldn't be so standoffish about going to a comp or going to, I don't want to go to our fest, but hey, we can go camping and float the river. Let's go do this. And I heard they got really good food.
Are you cooking?
I do the cooking.
Oh, are you a good cook?
I'd like to think I would do okay. Yeah, I can burn some beans.
I mean, you're going to add, just by saying that, you'll probably add another 100 people to the list just because they know you're cooking. You should have put it on here. All food made by Todd.
If you go to, I guess it's on the Facebook website that has the testimonials from last year.
Yes.
More than one person mentioned the food. And we've got...
the Wreck the River Facebook page, has a lot of video testimonials where I
watched
went around and I asked everybody, you know, what do you think about Wreck the River? You want to do it again? What?
We've got somebody that's got food allergies. Stephanie... Bradley. Yeah, Stephanie Bradley's working with me this year because she's got celiac and a couple other things. And we made sure this year that we reached out and was like, hey, look, what are your food allergies? Do you have nut allergy? Or do you have celiac? Do you have anything along those lines? And I've got somebody working with me to where we're going to have menu items. Last year it was heavy on the vegetarian side.
Yeah.
But like Chad Strain can't have red meat. He got the Lone Star tick thing.
Oh my gosh. This is the hardest part of the whole thing.
but we're really trying to pay attention and accommodate everybody.
He's really good at that too. Just, you know, figuring out different food allergies and how to feed everybody.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, but we're really working to make this an all-inclusive event that is environmentally and friendly for everybody. It's just...
What if somebody comes and says, listen, I am on a lobster-only diet?
Then we're going to get some lobster.
Oh, I like it. I like it, Jazzy. Well, this is awesome, guys. Listen, Wreck the River 2.4, July 11th through July 14th in Ivanhoe, Virginia, on the river. It's $200 a person, covers camping, your site, meal, snack, tube rentals, demonstration, education. This is the second time they're going to be having this. So go to www.treepeoplegear.com to sign up. And if you are going to take your first aid and CPR, you need to do that right away and sign up for there, because there's probably only going to be a few spots left. So that's first come, first serve. Well,
there is a question on the registration that asks if you're interested in taking the CPR.
Okay, good for that. Well, awesome. Anything else you want to leave the people?
No, I hope to see you on the river.
This is going to be success. You only can go up from last year, right? And it's every year it's going to get better and better.
Come help us grow. We'll see you at the river.
Oh, I like that. You got to have a T-shirt that says that. Yeah. Come help us grow. See you at the river for that. Well, listen, guys, if you got something out of this, if you're going to go to Wreck the River 2.4, share this on your page, man. Help push this. Let's get 100 to 200, maybe 500 people to sign up for this. Todd needs a little bit little anxiety, a little stress in his life, I can tell.
It is.
He needs a new challenge, so let's make that happen for him. But if you guys have any questions or need anything, go to treepeoplegear.com to get all the answers, or you can contact Todd at 757-968-1657, or Jesse 540-460-1259. Well, I appreciate you guys being on the show. Looking forward to your success on Wreck the River 2.4. Again, if you got something out of this, please share it. And just remember to continue to elevate the standard of the industry through safety, training, and innovation. Till next time. See you guys.
Thank you.